Hey, what's going on out there, Pokegeeks? I'm back again with another video. This time we're going to be doing a little more casual setting. As you can see, no hat. I'm just going to sit here and bring you guys some news that's come out in the last couple of weeks. Still, putting out a video maybe once every couple of weeks, every now and again, once a week. Just trying to not put too much pressure on myself as far as getting these things done, and also giving myself plenty of time to do research on the topics I want to talk about. We definitely have some more things coming in the future, as far as different fundamental videos, and I'm working on trying to learn more about the expected value of booster boxes and doing more research on that. So there's still plenty of more to come in the future, but if you want to see those as they come out, just like always, you know the deal. Like this video if you appreciate some of the content that I'm bringing you guys, and don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to get notified every time I come out with a new video, just like this one. So with that, I'm going to jump over into the news. We'll take a little trip over here into the browser, and we'll look at some of the stuff that's come out in the last couple of weeks and kind of put that information together, and I'll just talk about my initial reads on that information and stuff. So let's get to it. Bam! You like that new transition? Nice little smooth flow into the next thing. Well, let's get into it. You'll probably see me looking off because I'll be over here looking at my screen while you guys are looking at it on this screen here. But the first thing I'll get into is that they fully revealed the set list for Silver Lance and Jet Black Spirit. So we got pretty much the full card list, which we can look through. I'll just kind of point to some of the cooler looking ones as we go through it. We got the Volcanion V here, who's got kind of cool artwork. I like that one. The V's we're not really seeing too much, but I'll actually show you a few that I think could be really cool that are coming out. We got the Ice Rider Calyrex V. That one's kind of cool looking. Got the VMAX of the same. Look at that big noggin. This guy's so crazy. Like, I'm a first genner, obviously, but seeing some of these new gen Pokemon, like, is the horse the Pokemon? Is the Pokemon the one on the horse? It's very confusing to me. But here's one of the really good Vs. I think they're kind of going all out with Galarian Rapidash in this set. From what I've seen, it seems like they're being very psychic-centric, so it seems like they're doing a lot more with the fairy, which has been kind of grouped in back into psychic and psychic Pokemon in this set, and we'll see that as we go through. But that Galarian Rapidash is real pretty. Looking at some of the others, let's see, you got the Sandaconda V. He's kind of cool looking. Not really one of my big Pokemon, but there's the VMAX, which is a pretty cool art. I like the artwork on there. You can kind of see a bit of the texture in it as well from this picture. I think that's kind of a neat card, but probably not going to be something crazy. Lipard V. You've got Tornadus and a Tornadus VMAX, who seems to be a bit of a focus in this set as well. I think that art actually looks really cool. Going on down, you also have in this set, we're going to see some new energies, as well as some other cool trainers that are going to be coming out, as well as some stadiums, and we'll get some full art trainers as well, and we'll see those in a minute. Let's see, going over to Jet Black Spirit, we now have like the Celebi V, Celebi VMAX. This art I'm not so crazy about. It's very, I don't know, just not all that special to me, I guess. I'm not too sure why I'm not really into that one. But there's Arctivish V, Zeraora, which also seems to be a focus of the Jet Black Spirit, or like a you know, if Calyrex is the primary focus, it feels like Zeraora might be one of the minor focuses of the set. But his V card looks pretty cool there. Then you got the Shadow Rider V. I love the Shadow Rider. He just looks so cool. And his horse is so emo looking. I'm crazy about that. I think it's so funny. Moving on down, you got Metagross V and Metagross V Max. I've heard from a lot of people that he's actually quite popular. I don't know why people would be crazy about a big metal four-arm tank looking thing, but nobody's crazy about Onyx really. So, and then you also have Blissey V. So that shows some of those, and then they go down into all the translations, but I won't get into that. That shows you the main set. Quite sure what that is. The main set. Now let's get into the 50 secret rares that are being revealed from both these sets. So you got 25 secret rares in each set. This is kind of begged the question when it comes to Chilling Reign, because Chilling Reign is going to be some culmination of Matchless Fighters, Silver Lance, and Jet Black Spirit. So if we take all three of these sets and put them together, we're talking 76 secret rares from those sets. Now, we've seen in previous sets that they don't often, put every single secret rare from those sets in the actual English set. They'll hold some back, put them in collection boxes, put them in different promo kind of giveaways and stuff like that. So I don't know that necessarily we'll be seeing 76, but I think the likelihood that it's 50 plus is probably on point. And what that means is that it's going to be really hard to pull one particular secret rare that you're seeking at. And so let's just say that, pulling any of these, this is a really popular one here. Let me close that, go back. This is a really popular one here. Galarian Rapidash V, the alternate art. I think this artwork is amazing. Like, just the Rapidash kneeling down, horns to the flower, whatever's going on there. I don't know if, like, Rapidash is pollinating the flowers, is it healing them? Something's going on, but all this artwork in the front, the foreground, the flowers, everything growing around it, just everything about this artwork is very whimsical and puts you in a particular situation. I think this is going to be a big card that people really seek after. But if you wanted to pull just this particular Galarian Rapidash, because of the amount of secret rares, it's going to, dilute that pool and make it harder and harder to pull one particular secret rare versus, another when you're just talking about pulling a secret rare. It's something that we might see actually makes this set really popular. I already think, as we go through these, we'll see, there's some really good artwork in here that I think is going to be really popular with a lot of people. We're already seeing pre-orders for Chilling Reign booster boxes at about $150. This is being filmed April 27th, so the set's still like a month away, and we're already seeing pre-orders above MSRP of the booster boxes. So take that information with what you will, do with it as you see. But I personally haven't pre-ordered any Chilling Reign yet. I think a lot of these places are putting out pre-orders without actually knowing their allocations, and having to deal with canceled orders is just as bad as pre-ordering and finding out later you could have got a better price. But the way it looks to me, if we're still dealing with the same kind of supply issues, we're still dealing with a huge amount of demand just sucking up product as soon as it hits the market. If battle styles, which is, people say it's a bit easier to find, but it's still tough to find Pokemon cards in any store that you go to. And if that's what battle styles is still like, and that being a less popular quote unquote set than some of the previous, like Shining Fates, man, this set is just gonna go. It's gonna go pretty wild. So I wouldn't be surprised if those prices go up quite a bit whenever it first comes out. You may see it stabilize as more of the supply makes it in the market. I'm sure there'll be waves with this product too, and that'll affect it too. But anyway, let's get to the secret rares. This is supposed to be more casual and not talking about all this serious stuff. So going through them, I'll actually stop by and really give a look to most of these. This Volcanion V, that one's pretty good. Let's see, the Ice Rider Calyrex. This one's pretty embossed, a little better looking. I don't think it's anything too special. But this alternate art is just amazing with the deerling, and I believe that's a Teddy Ursa way there in the background. Maybe that's not a Teddy Ursa, but the Spheels, it's just, that is a great artwork. Just the background, the mountains, the trees, it's almost like a watercolor. It's just a great looking card. This is another Galarian Rapidash V. I think this one, you know, I love the background, just like, I don't really know what you would call that art style. You know, it's like very well blended colors that kind of, you know, some of them are better than others, but I feel like this one really makes the colors on Galarian Rapidash really pop. We already looked at this one, just amazing art. I think that one will be great. Sandaconda V, I'm not seeing anything too special. It's so hard when it comes to ground and rock Pokemon, like browns and tans, it's just very bland. Liepard V, alternate art, kind of cool looking. Again, I like the background colors. It's almost like a waterish color, even though it's a psychic. Or is this a dark Pokemon? Next we got the Tornadus V. He looks kind of cool. This is gonna be a really popular card. The Tornadus V, he's blowing the wind up. You can see all the Pokemon being blown around here. The Quillfish, I've been told that's a Shuppet way back there. A Rockruff, this Scorbunny just kind of gleefully flying around. But this Tornadus is kind of giving it to him, blowing them all around. And we see this big red tree back here. I'm told that's part of the DLC for Sword and Shield, and we'll later see that in another artwork. Some of the full arts, trainers, you got Flannery. You know the waifus are going to be popular no matter what. You got this lady, I don't know if she's like a doctor, a scientist, something like that. This guy, I don't know. I don't know the names of all the characters, so she's going to be popular. Come on, you know why. Rainbow Rares, you got the Ice Rider, then you got the VMAX alternate art of the Ice Rider. This art is just, man, it's just wow. Look at this with you've got the red lights coming up from the wells that the Watts come from in Sword and Shield. This entire cityscape and just how humongous Calyrex is. That card's pretty awesome. Rainbow Rare Sandaconda, Rainbow Rare Tornadus VMAX, Rainbow Rare Flannery, Doctor, this guy, Thick Lady. Then you got the gold card, the shiny Bronzong, for the Silver Lance set. You've got whatever that thing is, a horny helmet, and a water energy. And every time they do secret rares, you see these energy cards come out, and it's like they just get a little better every time. You know, just a little bit extra flair. This one with the little sparkles and everything around it, you know. But moving on to Jet Black Spirit, you got the Celebi from earlier, the Arctovish, this Zeraora. I really like this. As not somebody who played the games with Zeraora and all those Pokemon, these are, you know, like new Pokemon to me that I'm getting more familiar with, but I'm definitely a fan of Zeraora. I like the background, the electric break, the almost like cosmic background look to it. And then you have this Zeraora. This Zeraora looks amazing with the I think that's a Weavile or whatever his evolution is. I can't even think of it right now. But Zeraora just kind of reaching out, standing on the mountaintop. And if you look way back here, you've got this red tree with the little thing on top. It's the exact same tree as the Tornadus V card. So they're really telling a story between these two sets whenever we look at some of the stuff that's going on in the background. And, you know, having other Pokemon on other Pokemon's cards. Like, when they do this with artwork and tell, you know, contiguous stories, I think that just, it brings a lot of life and, you know, like real appeal to these cards. And so I think that what Pokemon Company is doing with a lot of this artwork, with a lot of these cards coming out, like it's top notch. It's really, really great to see. Shadow Rider, Calyrex, I think this one, you know, it's embossed and got the outline and everything, but the cosmic background, I think it looks really cool. But this one, this has Sleepy Hollow, Johnny Depp, Headless Horseman written all over it. You got the Greedent, I think it is, that are sitting up here on the tree branch just looking at him. The emo horse, you know, like this horse is just gonna leave Calyrex in the forest and go off and listen to Fall Out Boy. That horse is so emo. Metagross V, kind of whatever looking. Blissey V, kind of cool. I like the kind of rainbow embossed look that's on that. The eggs in the background as part of the pattern is a nice touch. This Blissey V is going to be really popular. Not only is it very, you know, color centric, a unique art style, but you have Chansey in the background. You've got another Blissey in the background in these photos. Like it's a very unique picture that again is like telling a story of this Chansey's life, or this Blissey's life, and his family, you know, that he has photos of. You've got Sleepy Caitlin, Agatha, Pointy Face Agatha. I don't know how popular that one will be. This girl will be School Girl. I don't know exactly, maybe a lass or something like that. I love the touch of the uniform. You know, it's very anime high school kind of vibes, but then also I love the detail. She has Pikachu earrings, but they're female Pikachu tails. I think that's, you know, a really nice touch. This guy who looks like he likes cooking, Rainbow Celebi VMAX, not crazy about that one. Shadow Rider VMAX Rainbow. This is the Shadow Rider VMAX alternate art. Another great artwork. The skyline, the stars, the woods, the, you know, overgrowth here in the front foreground of the card. The Pokemon, I don't know if that's like a Murkrow or something sticking out the woods, just looking up at this ginormous, you know, Calyrex walking by. The emo horse looking like he couldn't care less. Metagross VMAX Rainbow Rare. You got Agatha, Sleepy Caitlin, Schoolgirl, Cooking Guy, and then you have Shiny Electrode as your gold Pokemon for this set. I'm not sure what this item is called, but I think it looks really cool. The little cosmic, you know, what would you call that? A crystal ball, I guess. This horn, and then again with the energy, looking cool. You have two booster box promos that come out in Japan. We may not ever see these cards, or they may just come out as promos in a different form. But this Celebi, this artwork is just great on this Celebi. A lot of people are looking for this right now, and it's for that very reason. Like, it's just amazing artwork on this Celebi compared to those other Celebis that are in the set. Like, why didn't you put this Celebi in the set? Put those other crappy ones as a promo. Like, this is just so unique and so very great looking. I think that'll be super popular. This Sandaconda, everyone's calling it the Radiator card because a radiator is prominently displayed in this card. I don't get it. I mean, it is kind of cool that there's a Team Yell grunt in the background, but Radiator. And that's about it as far as the 50 secret rares, but I also wanted to show you guys, you know, that's just Silver Lance and Jet Black Spirit. We look at Matchless Fighters and the secret rares that were already revealed with that. We're looking at, you know, all of these cards that are going to be in this set, including the Galarian Birds, which are just amazing looking. You know, I think the V's are great, you know, as far as the alternate arts, like, that just looks amazing. The Moltres looks amazing. Like, I think that looks great. The Slowking is going to be popular. I mean, just look at the Slowking. The Slowking is just, that's so unique and so different than other Pokemon cards, and I think that really helps it stand out. The full arts, you know, Karen's going to be popular. I'm not sure who that is. This magician, psychic lady, some guy with fists. But you have the Snorlax, which is going to be popular. And then again, the energy, always looking awesome. So 76 secret rares that could possibly be in this set. I'm telling you now, if you want a particular card, it's gonna be better just to wait it out, wait that, you know, initial 30, 60 days, let the supply hit the market and buy the singles that you want. Because trying to pull particular cards that you want, while yes, it feels great, you're gonna be gambling a lot of your money just to pull, you know, like, oh, I got 3 of this girl's full art, like, you know, or, you know, I got 2 gold fan of waves. Like, that's not gonna be a good feeling at the end of the day, if you even get that lucky. So, you know, just a forewarning for some of you guys. I think that you'll be better suited buying the singles. That's usually always the case, but in this case, more so than others. This is some more news that I think will be really popular for a lot of people. We all know about the Marnie promo, or the Marnie Secret Rare from Shiny Star V that did not come to Shining Fates, and that was a little upsetting to some people, but now we're finally finding out what happened to that card. They're going to be releasing a Marnie Premium Collection Box in August. What is it, the 22nd? It'll be almost like an ETB, like it'll have 7 booster packs, a deck box. It'll have 4 promos, which will include both of these. They haven't revealed 2 of the others yet, but this is the signed Marnie card, trying to practice her smiling. So that'll be somewhat popular. And then, of course, that full art, you know, the Champions League or whatever it's called, outfit and everything. I just think that'll be a super popular collection box when it comes out. So when you see pre-orders for that one go up, it might be a good idea to snag those as early as you can. And you can see here the Japanese products that the Marnie collection originally appeared in, that signed card with her practicing smiling. There is also other news that in August they'll be releasing a new version of the Trainer's Toolkit. It'll come with a lot of the same things that the original Trainer's Toolkit came with, but it'll be a bit more updated for the newer rotation, as well as have 2 promo cards in there, which we don't know what those will be yet, but I'm sure it'll be 2 cards, like 2 full arts for, you know, a really playable card that gets played in most decks. I would say it's likely to be Crobat V, because they did an GX last time, and Crobat V just got a reprinting, so I think that's probably a good chance that you see Crobat V be that card. Moving on to the next thing, we got a little more information about Eevee Heroes. Eevee Heroes has a special booster pack, the VMAX special set that's been revealed. Right here we can see the pack artwork, which I just think is stupendous. Like, if you could, you know, buy this and just keep these, I would keep these sealed forever. I wouldn't, you know, obviously some people are gonna open product because they want to get these Eevee cards and these evolution cards, but I think just the sealed pack and the sealed product, like, this is going to age so well, just because it has, you know, all the evolutions here on the pack, just a great little artwork in the background to go with it. I don't know what else to say really, but the VMAX set, it'll come with, what is it here? Special booster pack. Okay, so it'll come with 8 Eevee Heroes booster packs. It also comes with this VMAX booster pack where you can get one of 4 of the evolutions, which is Flareon VMAX, Vaporeon VMAX, Jolteon VMAX, or Espeon VMAX. All popular. I mean, all evolutions are popular, but the one thing I would note is that it looks like Umbreon is pretty prominently displayed across the pack, being right in the front. I think Pokemon knows where their bread is buttered, and Umbreon is probably the most popular evolution. I don't think there's much argument about that. So that's really just a bit of information that we got for that. We do know that Inteleon will be the gold Pokemon card from this set. Also that these packs will, instead of coming with like the QR code cards that like Shiny Star V came with, we'll now see a new puzzle card, which is like just a card, I guess, that has a little puzzle game on it. But that's supposed to be like Pokemon's way of trying to give some appeal to people who just collect the game and don't really like play the card game and stuff like that. So just some little changes there. Now it's time for a little bit of serious news, because I think everybody probably knows about this by now. If you don't already, you're probably living under a rock. But you know, give myself my little pat on the back. It's a 50-50 shot, but let's just say I kind of called this. I said just a couple months ago, maybe just a month ago, when I did my video on, you know, the state of grading and things that were going on, that I just didn't see any way that we could continue on the current path we're on without CGC raising prices, and that's what's happening. Today's the 27th and I'm filming this again, so all of these changes go into effect tomorrow, the 28th. I'm sure a lot of you are right now filling out CGC order forms trying to get the cheaper pricing before it goes up, and good on you for doing that. But also, that's going to mean a giant flood of submissions to CGC. Like, we're already at the point where CGC submissions were just growing and growing because PSA shut down and everything, and now we have prices going up, so everyone is just going to pull out all the stops. They're just going to take everything out, you know, that they think could possibly need to be graded in the future, because a lot of us, you know, to be frank, are a little fearful that the cheap prices that we saw in grading from, you know, a year, 2 years previous are just no more, that we're not going to see those kind of prices for grading again. And it's really no way for anyone to know. So I understand the fear. I mean, in some ways it's a, you know, It's likewise to FOMO and fear that you're going to miss out on what might be the last good price that you can get. But to go through it just real quick and how it affects us when it comes to trading cards, they obviously made different adjustments to different sections of CGC's subsidiaries, but we'll just focus on CGC and trading cards and all that. So really what happens effective April 28th, you'll now see these new updated fees. For bulk, it's now going to be $15 per card in order to submit bulk. Now, when you're talking about a 50 card minimum, that's quite a bit of money, you know, in order to just make a bulk submission. As we see these prices go up, I talked about it in that video as well, that I think this is going to start to drive people out of doing most of the bulk submissions that they were doing. Or at least, you know, if you're going to do bulk submissions, that you're going to be trying to push as much of your submission up to the max value of that item. People aren't going to continue to submit, you know, 50-cent common and uncommons because they can sell them for $30 when really after you do the $15 per card, you add in taxes, you add in the shipping, the insurance, like you're not making money on that card anymore. So a lot of the flippers are getting to the point to where this is becoming less and less of an option as far as getting your cards graded. And it stinks for the genuine graded card collector who, you know, just wants to get their cards graded and really doesn't care about, you know, how much they're selling for or anything like that. I'm sure they understand it, but they're not, you know, behooved to make moves based on the value of their card. They just want it for their own collection. So it does hurt them because now you can't get your cards graded at those cheaper prices anymore. But looking at the tiers as they go up, economy's now $25 per card, standard $35 per card, express $60 per card, and then walkthrough going from $75 before this to now $125 per card. It should be noted, you know, and I've said this before and it's still true now, every single tier that CGC has is cheaper than the PSA equivalent. And I think as long as that remains true, that they'll still garner a somewhat large market share. Like I said, this is going to cause a huge flood of submissions up until today and tomorrow of people trying to get everything in that they can. I think this will be a real test. Like, we're going to find out, you know, right in the next month or two, CGC's capacity limit. You know, PSA reached their capacity limit. They couldn't do it anymore. They had to shut the doors because they just, you know, whether it's an insurance liability issue or whether it's a, you know, physical capacity issue, they just ran out of space. At some point, PSA had to make that decision. They made their decision to close the doors unless it was enough money so they could get through some of that backlog. How long that backlog stays away, like even if they close those doors, they get it worked down till July, and then they just get a flood of submissions as soon as they open the doors back up, and then the backlog's back up again. So I think right now we're gonna have to keep eyes on CGC, and if they have enough capacity to where they can take all these submissions, yes, you know, the you know, turnaround times are going to continue to grow. And honestly, with this big wave of submissions that's going to come, I wouldn't be surprised to see turnaround times like jump another 20, 30, 40 days. But as we see that go, we need to know whether or not CGC is going to reach that critical mass point that PSA reached. If CGC can continue to work, even if, you know, the turnaround times continue to grow, if they can continue to work and at least take on that take on that amount of submissions, and it doesn't reach a critical mass point. I think that'll be telling that eventually they can reach a point of moving that curve instead of upwards, as far as them getting more submissions than they can possibly finish in a day, to now moving it downwards, by eventually hiring enough people, having more capacity, having more people trained in grading, so they're pushing out more than's getting submitted. And honestly, a bit of that will be as demand wanes, hopefully. That's another thing which people have been saying for a while. Eventually demand's gonna wane, and yes, sometimes that takes years, but I think it's gonna be a while, and I think we're just gonna continue to see this problem kind of get out of hand, while these companies kind of have growing pains where they just can't grow fast enough in order to keep up. So with all that being said, I think that's a good stopping point. I wouldn't be too fearful if you didn't get anything in. Like me, I'm not pushing anything or sending out a ton of stuff today or tomorrow. I pretty much did a few submissions, about a month ago. So I think I'm pretty much set. I was locked in at those cheaper prices, and I'm just gonna kind of take what I get there and just watch as things develop. But I'll be here to talk you guys through it, to keep bringing you the information as I get it, to try and interpret that for you guys, and so that way we can all make the best moves, the most well-informed moves for our collections, for our wallet, for all those things. So I'm going to continue to keep working on that, guys. Like I said before, don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell. I appreciate you guys stopping in, listening to me ramble on some of the news from the past couple of weeks, but just like any other time, stay geeky.